Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the WaifuWatch podcast. And this episode is very special because we are doing a Q&A episode. You guys have been sending us questions through Twitter and our YouTube community page and all kinds of stuff, and we're going to answer some of them today. And hopefully your question will get answered, but nothing too technical. So we're gonna jump right in, and I'll go ahead and answer this one for the 900 people that asked if we were gonna watch JoJo season 3 for the umpteenth time. Yes, I promise we're watching it, and I know you're still watching this video because I watch our metrics. I know how long you watch our videos for. So yes, we're gonna watch it when we can all get back together again, but Corona is making that difficult. And but as soon as we can, all 5 of us get back in a room, we're going to watch JoJo season 3 or Stardust Crusaders or whatever it's called. And so calm yourself. Okay. Yeah, that was for the, it was so many people. Yeah. But otherwise, we're just going to kind of go back and forth and answer some questions. Okay, so the first one that a lot of people asked is, why did we start with JoJo? And if anybody wants to take that.
I'm not opening that can of worms.
Someone can answer.
I think Mana is talking, but I can't.
Oh yeah, Mana, you're muted. We
Mana.
can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
yes.
There you go.
Lit. Okay, I saw it was blinking, and I'm like, does that mean it's on? That means it's on.
So literally, if I'm like oddly quiet, it's because I just woke up from a nap 45 minutes ago and I was about to run the bath, which is why I have this thingy on my head. But then
I like it. I have one of those. It's
and he was like, are we still podcasting? I'm like scrubbing the tub with my thing on to prepare for a bath, like, oh. I was like, well, it's pink. It goes with the theme. It's fine. We'll just leave it.
Absolutely. Yeah, still a little.
God damn it!
I heard that.
Make your lips move though.
Damn it! Hold on.
Yeah, why did we start with JoJo? Sorry for the technical difficulties, everyone.
Sorry.
But we want to be at you in 4K looking beautiful. So yes, why did we start with JoJo?
We started JoJo honestly because for a good starting anime, we needed something that would catch wind really quickly with you guys, something that would connect with you instead of starting with something soft or girly. So we wanted to connect with our viewers in the most straightforward way possible, and a lot of our viewers will really dig in JoJo, so we decided to start with JoJo first. So, yeah.
It was also one of the ones none of us had seen.
True.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's also,
so that was a big contributing factor. But yeah, no crazy like reasoning behind it. We were just like, this is popular. Like,
yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Numerous people also asked us what our favorite anime is.
No.
Wait, genre or
no, just like favorite.
I'm gonna say Berserk. I'm gonna answer Berserk for me. I up it. They need to sponsor me or something. I don't know what it is about Berserk. Berserk. If you like horror. Horror. Okay.
You want a little Italian.
Horror. Like horror, gore with a mix of like mysticism, but still like shit talking. Berserk. That's me. I'm your girl.
You're convincing me to watch it, Jack.
Shelby, I was gonna say hi to you personally because I miss all of you guys, but Shelby.
Shelby is indeed a doll.
Love ya.
I miss Shelby so much.
Mine's is probably, there's multiple, but like I've settled on my favorite until I find a better one. Kami-sama Kiss or Kami-sama Hajimemashite. The one with Tomoe the Fox. I want to make an eat a bag of Tomoe so bad. I want to eat a bag of them. So yeah,
we needed the subs for your ass because I did not know what you were saying. Your pronunciation's great. I don't speak Japanese.
In English, I think it's just please God. That's just the name of the English.
Well, thank you, Mana. See, now I know.
The more you know.
Right.
And you know, the more you grow, the more you show.
Annie.
My favorite anime is Cardcaptor Sakura.
Classic.
And that is because magical girl animes are my life.
You are a magical girl. That's why.
Yes.
And whenever I saw it for the first time, she has this friend, Tomoyo, who makes her the magical girl outfits. And so she doesn't have a magical girl transformation. It's her friend that makes her the outfits. They go into this mysterious van in the alleyway and they just get changed in the van. And then she goes out and does her magical girl stuff. And it's perfect. And
awesome.
Every episode she has a different costume. So like that's what inspired me to cosplay, is that I wanted to make every outfit from Cardcaptor Sakura. Not that I did it, but you know, it's a dream.
Cute, though.
Okay, it could happen. So Cardcaptor Sakura is my favorite.
I actually had the little like book that had the cards in it when I was little,
That's
because like because I loved Sailor Moon, and so my mom was like, I think this is Sailor Moon, and I'm like, no, but this is cool, and like, and so I would like try and draw like the Clow cards and stuff because the design was like so aesthetically beautiful. But anyway, Shelby, I know you haven't watched a lot, but do you have a favorite thus far?
I mean, Pokemon, because like a nostalgia thing, and I truly did like it because it's like about adventure. The Pokemons are cute. My favorites were always the cutest ones. Those like Celebi was probably my favorite. I think it was like the 4th Pokemon movie where she was like the star of it. But yeah. And I played all the games too. So that was a big part of my childhood, was playing on the Game Boy Pokemon games and everything. So I would say Pokemon. It's still near and dear to my heart. I have like I have a Pikachu shirt and all that. So yeah, that would be my favorite.
Nice. Gosh, that's a really tough question. I feel like I have to say Sailor Moon.
Yeah, I wanted to say it, but I was like, ooh, I just can't.
Just because it's like that was the gateway anime for me, and like I read the manga, and like to this day just that storyline is so incredible, and it just makes me so happy because it's one of those ones that like it gets so heavy, but then there's a happy ending, and so like it's all going to be okay. And so I really like, I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I swear, like, when girls talk about like, oh, like I wanted like a Disney prince, and that's like what ruined them for dating. For me, it was Tuxedo Mask. Like, it's like, he's so chivalrous and nice, and I'm like, I want me a man like that. But
bet you that's like brown haired boy from PS.
But yeah, and so I like in the movies, and I had the little like the wand, and so that was like Sailor Moon has just always been like the big one, and I'm very tempted to get a Sailor Moon tattoo, but I haven't yet. But
do it
one day.
WaifuWatch get tattoos.
I think I'm gonna get another one.
We should all get a very small like anime tattoo. Like it doesn't have to be the same, but like I know for sure I'm getting one of the soot sprites from Ghibli's like productions, those little tiny ones. I'm gonna get a small one somewhere.
I would get the little like forest children off of Princess Mononoke, them little things that
I've seen some really good ones. Yeah. I wanted to get, for a long time I was thinking about getting the silver Imperium crystal from Sailor Moon when it's like bloomed, because it kind of looks like a chrysanthemum, but it's really like geometric, and I want to do like a single line tattoo, so it's really like fine, but anyway,
would love kawaii tattoos, but
I've
come to find out kawaii colors don't show up on me the way I would like them to tattoo wise, so I'm gonna stay away from that. Just gonna do lines. But yeah.
Okay, let's see. So now those were like the questions that a lot of people ask, but now we're gonna call out some specific people.
That roach question.
No, I didn't put that in here because I was really confused by that.
I was waiting for that one. I said, I'm gonna answer.
Okay, so Maximum Anime asks, what are our theories for part 3 of JoJo?
You gonna call us out, Danny?
No, you guys can just answer.
I'll go first. I have a theory. that we're gonna meet JoJo's daughter, because that's why he's traveling. So I'm hoping maybe she has him on, probably, but I think Dio's definitely coming back. I feel like whoever was in the little, I don't know if it was the cell, I don't know if he was the captain. I feel like he was
I feel like that's the JoJo.
Was that JoJo?
The guy sitting in the cell that's the new. That's gotta be the new JoJo.
Yeah.
So there's two JoJos at the same time. I thought they was like Avatar, when there's only one and there's only another one. I was like, I've never seen two JoJos coexist.
Right.
The same season. So I guess that's a good foreshadow then. Oh, two JoJos.
I'm the real JoJo. I'm the real JoJo.
But yes, Dio's coming back for that ass. I want Caesar too. So this is my fucking theory. So I'm gonna say it. Caesar's coming back.
He better.
3.
Isn't Caesar dead?
Yeah. He
got
I mean, but he's slept around with a lot of girls, so they might pop up with a little tiny
That's true.
I was gonna
yeah.
Caesar was my favorite.
I know. Caesar was great.
Yes, he was
He
great.
looked like a good kisser.
I don't think in season 3 we will see Cars come back.
Didn't he go die?
Yes, he went to space. He is coming back for sure.
But he could come back.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be in season 3. Yeah.
There's no way he's dead.
No,
he's
frozen in space. He's coming back.
He could unfreeze. Someone could go get him. Take a blowtorch to him and unfreeze him.
Crash like a meteorite to the earth and then thaw.
He's like stuck inside the meteor or something.
Who knows?
Yeah, he's definitely coming back, but I don't think it's going to be in season 3. I think it's going to be later on.
Definitely later on.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I think Dio will make another mask. At least I hope, because the mask was destroyed, right? I hope that he makes another mask and it does something like magical, because I can't imagine him without like minions and everything. So it'll be interesting to see what he does to like navigate that and how he gets followers. But I think he will, because he's been alive for he's really, really old now. So I think he'll have some type of power that will allow him to create something that allows him to turn other people into what he is. So.
Dude, the mask is dead. Well, the mask tree's still there.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like they showed the mask tree when wasn't that Speedwagon was down there with his little like explorer friends and
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I do think more masks. I mean Dio's coming back because we saw the coffin
the coffin
shake
thing,
that he was in, and so I'm really glad that he's coming back. And
he's a good villain.
Yes, but otherwise, like I don't really know, honestly. Like I feel like it's just gonna be more poses, more battles, more fighting and good things. So I'm more than happy with not knowing. But yeah. Mana, do you have any prediction? Oh no, you can go ahead, Amy. Whatever.
Oh, okay. I'm wondering, like, if Dio comes back and is like, oh, so you're JoJo now, and the old JoJo that Dio faced is so different from the new JoJo that, like, will that same tension, rivalry still be there? Because will this new JoJo be like, I don't really care, instead of like
that's a good point.
That is a good point.
Yeah,
I think this new JoJo won't care as much, and I think that will infuriate Dio.
I could see that happening.
I think it will infuriate him. I don't know what will make him do, but like part of Dio's like getting under JoJo's skin. That's why he did it to that JoJo, because he was so like straightforward and he was trying to get him to like move outside the lines. But from what we've heard, this JoJo is like the furthest from
like
the original JoJo. So I definitely think this new JoJo will totally infuriate Dio.
That's true. And Dio is just like a bad person. And so he probably cares regardless. Like, okay, like if he doesn't care, he'll make somebody else care, or he'll make that JoJo care, like you said, Shelby. But yeah, that's
exactly, because part of being the villain is getting that recognition. And if someone doesn't recognize you, like, what's the point? Right. He's gonna be like, all of this is for nothing.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Super villain, y'all. She has the mind of one. She's like, what's the point of it? We don't know, Shelby. What is it?
Okay, let's see. XXL, it looks like Lord, but the O is X'd out. Wants to know, is Speedwagon best waifu?
Yes.
And I think we can all give a resounding yes for that one.
And he got sexy at the end.
Well, because he was useful at the end. At first, he was the audience surrogate, but then he got cool. So of course he is. Next, but so I really like this one because this person asked us each individual questions. And so this is Tavish Warren, and he wants to know, Annie, what other anime songs do you know?
All of them. No, I like Ikimono ga Kari, I like AKB48, I like Utada Hikaru, like and then there's just anime opening theme songs in general. I love Neon Genesis Evangelion's opening theme song, the original one. Zankoku no tenshi no gyoni. So and I could just talk about it forever. I love learning opening theme songs. On my Instagram, I do a lot of Japanese opening theme song covers, so go check that out.
Follow Annie on Instagram.
Follow her on Instagram.
I do the Weeb national anthem on there, which is debatable. There are many national anthems for Weeb culture, but Naruto Shippuden, Bluebird is definitely the Weeb anthem in my book.
No. The head and nuzzles pounces on you. Ooh, you're so warm. Do you know
that's
one?
true. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
But like Naruto's so classic Weeb culture. Like it was the original Weeb culture.
True. It's like you're fighting.
Bluebird is Habatai Dara.
That's a good one too.
Yeah. Thank you.
And then Jaqueline, what draws you to horror and gore?
Well,
well, she goes.
Well,
that could be a meme.
I honestly don't know. I was a Disney baby, but I mean, I still am. But you know, like scary stories to tell in the dark. Like I would check out those books, like at a very young age. So honestly, horror has always been my aesthetic long before I even consciously knew I liked horror. And honestly, I feel like horror really goes there. It makes you really think and it makes you really feel, whereas I don't like to cry. So I ain't watching no sad shit. I like comedies, but I'm naturally funny. So it's like, that was kind of funny. So horror is the only thing where I'm just like, ooh, what was that? What happened? So I think it's because it gets my mind twisted and turning and kind of shows me what my nightmares look like on screen. So
it's a very good answer. TLDR.
What does it mean?
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Mana, if you cosplayed right now, who would it be?
Right now?
That's what the question was.
Oh God. Okay.
They meant to say if you could cosplay anyone right now, who would it be?
Yeah.
Is that what the question said?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Could cosplay anyone right now? Dear God. I would cosplay Sailor Moon just because I've always wanted to have a Sailor Moon outfit so I can chill around the house in it casually. So if I cosplay in it, I obviously have the whole outfit and shit for it. So that's like one of the base cosplays I would love to have just sitting in my closet because I would definitely wear it randomly for no reason.
Subscribe if y'all want us to do cosplay waifus do cosplay.
I've already said that when we watch Haikyuu, I will pull out my cosplays and absolutely do it.
Never mind. I don't want to do it no more.
I'm telling y'all, we should just do
But
it.
I'm down for it. I do think that we should all do different Sailor Scouts at some point. I think that would
Sell
be
them on Amazon.
fantastic.
We
Yes.
got hips and thighs. I don't know how that's gonna work.
That's what they want, Jack. Come on.
I'm tired. Fucking.
Oh my gosh. Shelby, how does JoJo compare to Pokemon?
I don't know if there's a lot that is in common. I mean, oh my gosh. How does it compare? I feel like I want to say JoJo's more like fanciful and like the animation, like it varies more than so as Pokemon. I will say Pokemon reminds me a lot more of American cartoons than JoJo does. So I think JoJo was probably my first true like dip into anime, and it was also they're both kind of like in different like worlds than what we actually live in. So, but I feel like JoJo's a little more removed than that, than Pokemon, I guess a little bit. So, I mean, there's a lot different between them, but I enjoyed both of them. And JoJo was just so much fun to watch because like I didn't know what was going to happen from one episode to the next. And like with Pokemon, it's kind of like the same thing every time. Like you're going to battle this person, battle that person, you're going to catch that Pokemon, you're going to catch them all. I meant to do that.
So much.
And but so it was exciting in that type of way because I really didn't know what to expect from JoJo. And I think that was a great thing to experience with my first like true anime of like jumping like instinctively or like purposefully jumping into the anime world, because with Pokemon it wasn't purposeful, it was just something I watched. But with this I thought was nice stepping stone into that culture. So
Yeah.
You're one of us now.
And then they asked me what makes an anime a husband, which funnily enough, we did have it was kind of like a prelude to the podcast that was going to be all of us discussing a prelude.
Like in a book?
Okay.
What? Did I? Yeah, like
some people say prelude, but
yeah. Prelude.
Yeah. You know that thick American accent.
Yeah. Well, I shouldn't say that because I'm from St. Louis and I was surrounded by botched French for forever because it's Creve Coeur, not Creve Coeur, which is how it's supposed to be pronounced, all you St. Louis people. But anyway, sorry, I was an English major and so I am a big time stickler for English and grammar and such. But anyway, we had a video recorder where we talked about our top 5 anime husbands, but the footage got lost and so we couldn't.
The footage got lost?
Yeah. Didn't you ever wonder what happened to that?
That was all the way back.
That was forever ago. That was like at the very beginning of quarantine.
Yeah.
Cricket.
All the film sessions just merged together.
Yeah. After a while. And so I talked about it a little bit then, but to give like a recap, I'm like a really sucker for like the tsundere type and the like.
Of course you are.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's so stupid.
Classic Aries.
But it's like when it's on a show, I'm like, oh, you're emotionally unavailable, but you're going to be emotionally available. Like, sign me up. Like, not in real life because it's way too much work, but it's like in a show, I know there's going to be like the character turnaround. So I'm like, yeah, like I'll make you a better person. But, and like dark hair, like I'm so boring because like my type is the epitome of like tall, dark, and handsome. And so it's like pair that with someone who's like slightly like a bad boy or emotionally unavailable, and I'm just like, yes, you. Because I'm a garbage person. But enough about me and my poor life decisions. Let's see.
You love him.
Nagash wants to know who is our favorite villain of all time and whose pick would reign supreme over the others.
Who's what?
Like of
Is
the
it an
people
anime or overall villain? Because
I think it's just overall villain, because they didn't say anime villain. And so it's just our favorite villain, and of the people that we all pick, who would be like the top villain.
I have to think about this. Oh my god.
Because I'm going DC, Marvel.
I know, I am too. And so that's tough.
I'll go first only because I love villains. So to me, it's just like, you know, they my peeps. I hang with them. I'm gonna just say Thanos because he's the most recent and he did it. Like, I hate to say it, y'all was gone. Like, y'all came back. Don't get it twisted.
Oh my god.
Y'all, he did what he said he was gonna do, and he almost won twice.
He did almost win twice, and there was only one timeline where he lost.
See?
Yep.
So
One timeline.
You heard Doctor Strange. How many goddamn possibilities?
Like millions of billions of timelines,
and only one.
Yep.
Tell you how pathetic we are against Thanos. Oh
and
my god.
I'll cheat. If it's not Thanos, I'll go to anime and I'll say Majin Buu. Because Majin
Buu.
He killed everyone. He killed them, went to heaven, and killed them again. Like,
what anime is that from?
Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, Dragon Ball Z. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Majin Buu, anime, Thanos for overall villains because they
yeah, we can do our favorite anime villain and our favorite like outside of anime villain.
Okay.
And it's too much brain work.
Well, see, that's really tough because like favorite can also mean like semi-likable, if that makes sense.
Mine's not gonna be that.
Well, because like it's hard when there's like a likable villain, but then there's like a great villain that you hate, you know?
Yes.
Because like Joffrey was horrible, you know, and like Ramsay Bolton was horrible, but they did their job of villainy like very well. But then there's people like Loki who like I love, and he's technically like a, you know, villain.
Yeah.
In the first couple Marvel movies. So it's like
villainy. Yeah.
But yeah, that's a tough question because I love villains. And so I really
have one.
Go for it.
I'm going to go with the character that has made me the most uncomfortable I've ever felt watching a show, movie, anime. It's Ramsay Bolton.
Yeah.
Fucking hate him. He's horrible. But like you said, he gets the job done. He's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. He's so horrible.
Yeah.
Like I can't, like some of the stuff I had to like fast forward some of the stuff that he did in Game of Thrones. It was that bad.
It was bad.
Powerful and like, like it's icky just thinking about it to this day. Like, oh my god. But yeah, definitely him. Definitely the one that's made me the most uncomfortable. Yeah, definitely that one.
Yeah, because like for anyone who's like watched Game of Thrones, it's like Joffrey was very like kind of like a kid who found his dad's gun and was like, you know, I'm powerful, but there were people behind the scenes who were like, no, you're not. Like,
and like
so
orchestrating him, like his mother Cersei and Littlefinger, and even
like they were like pulling the strings.
Yeah.
Like he's crazy, but like, you know, what's he gonna do? But Ramsay was just like sadistic and
purposeful,
gross.
intentional. He knew he was fucked up and he did it anyway.
The worst, which I don't know if that's the worst, but the one that got me is when he put the wood things under his fingernails, and I was just like, oh, like it was just like, oh, like any of that kind of stuff.
It's just that whole situation with how he broke him.
Yeah, it was so sad. And when his sister like came to see him, and he's like, no, like I'm Reek, and I'm like, no, like...
exactly. That's what that whole situation is, just uncomfortable, and Did Annie leave?
Maybe.
Oh my god.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry,
I
it
was
froze
like,
on me,
no,
so I was
sorry,
trying to
that
refresh.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's just bad.
Yeah, he's terrible.
He did
I
kill
like-
like his future. Well, the child was born, so he did like kill his mother-in-law and his infantile brother with his guard dogs too.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
I
Yeah,
forgot about
because he
that.
didn't want anyone else to have claim to a throne.
I was
forgot about
impressed
that.
up until that point, and I was just like, "You need not to do that. You ain't had to do that other thing, you know, Theron, whatever,
Theon.
Yeah, Theon.
that one. He was doing some stuff where I'm just like, I'm just impressed. If you wasn't acting like an asshole, maybe stuff like this wouldn't happen to you. Then
Yeah, Theon was like a big jerk right before all that happened. So
it
He
like,
was. I don't know if it was like.
I don't think he
to
deserved
the
that,
point
but
to
like,
deserve
yeah.
that.
he didn't, but it was kind of like karma.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, it was definitely karma, but I think it made you so uncomfortable. You're like, did karma do its job too well? You're like,
Yeah.
it's a little overkill.
Yeah.
Like, just a little bit.
It makes
Maybe.
me so bad. It makes you never look at that actor right again ever. It's like
No.
Yeah, like
No.
it's wild. Well, and that's
Like,
why
if
the
I
guy
ever saw him in anything, I would be like,
I hate you.
yeah.
Well, and the guy who played Joffrey was like, he like doesn't act anymore. Like he's like in college, just like he's like, yeah, like I don't want to, like it's fine. And I'm like, you were like one of like the best villains of television history.
no, he's a great actor. Like
But people, I read an article, people are crazy. Like they treat actors like they're the actual characters.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And like, I understand that part. You don't want to do that anymore. So I totally get that. If people are like hurling insults at you because you're a certain character.
Right.
like, bruh.
I wouldn't want that
It's like,
either.
it's a show, guys. It's a show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like Loki really is just like one of my favorite villains. Like I love Tom Hiddleston, and I think he's just so, especially in like the first Avengers movie, he like rides that line between just being like a sarcastic jerk and being just like lovable very well. And one of my favorite scenes is in the first one when he infiltrates that place in Germany and he just whacks that guy over the head with his staff. And I'm just like, you're great. Like you're so like, it's just so funny and he's so charming. And so I love him. But like, I also really like Scar. Like Scar is a great villain. And I would argue like one of the better.
No, that's
He's
mine.
incredible. Oh, was
Scar
that your
was
answer?
gonna be mine.
I'm sorry. Okay, I won't say anything about Scar. I just really like him. But as far as
Scar
anime
from?
goes, like
Wait, who? Wait,
What's
are
Scar
you saying
from?
Scar? I'm
from
calling
Lion
Lion
King, like
From Lion King?
Oh,
yeah,
Oh, okay.
We are from
yeah.
I was so
That's
confused.
yeah,
I was
that's
like,
Scar.
who are you talking about?
Everyone you
Yeah.
listed so far from all of you, I don't know any of these people. So I was gonna say, wait, is there a Scar character in this thing you're talking about? as
No,
well?
Yeah,
no,
that's what I was
no.
thinking. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I did not transition
Okay.
that well. No, I like every time I watch Lion King, I'm just like, he's so great. Like, and he's like.
Johnny New Era.
But for anime, like I don't really watch a lot of anime that has like hardcore villains. Probably like somebody from My Hero Academia, I would guess. All for One, I think that's his name. He's like the counter to like the main hero in that show, and he is just like, it's crazy because they have him in this like maximum security. He's like 50 feet underground in this like concrete prison, and he's like strapped in this chair the entire time because he's like so dangerous. And yeah, like I watch a lot of like slice of life anime, or like Queen Beryl is really great. Like I'd probably say she's one of my favorites just because her aesthetic is really cool. So, but yeah. Who's next?
Scars was mine. I really like Scar. He's very devious. I really like his voice actor. His
Jeremy
voice
Irons is incredible.
amazing. I like how nefarious he is, and how far he's willing to go to accomplish his plans. Though I did not like the part where he was like, "Oh,
It was the hyenas, like checking me out at the last moment. Not like it was you. Don't be a little bitch. But I like Scar. I also kind of like. No one has seen. Some of you like musicals. It's from Repo, the Genetic Opera. The Grave Man. You probably haven't seen it, but it's just like almost Rocky Horror type style musical of like a dystopian society, and there's like people addicted to this thing called Zydrate, and it's like this. The voice actor is just he's great. And shamefully enough, they don't want to admit, but I will admit, I really like Jared Leto's Joker. But listen to me, only because Jared Leto themed his Joker after Marilyn Manson, and I have a serious crush on Marilyn Manson, and I think he's absolutely dreamy and scary. So that's the only reason I like Jared Leto's Joker, is because it's very Marilyn Manson dripped. So.
Oh, I forgot about Heath Ledger as the Joker. That's also a good one.
Oh my god, that is one too.
I also tolerate Jared Leto's Joker, but only because I'm in love with Jared Leto.
Oh. I like Jared Leto. I like Manson. So spooky.
Annie.
So for my anime villain, I actually hate this character. Not because he's a villain, but just because he's annoying little shit. And it's Yagami Light.
Oh.
Yeah, from Death Note.
He is a little shit.
Which is this character who's a high school student, and he starts off as a high school student, and he finds this notebook, and if you write a name in the notebook, they die. And
I need to rewatch Death Note.
Yes.
He
so good.
is like so smart, but he's
very
so
smart.
Annoying because he has such a big god complex, and it's like you're not that great.
It isn't like in episode 1, he's like, I will become God. And I'm like, whoa now. Like, rein it in a little bit.
Yeah. So he would be my villain.
Literally almost became mayor. Okay, give him his props because he was almost there if he didn't get super, super cocky. Like, they were grown. He started off in high school and was grown and looked for himself, got rid of I'm not going to spoil it if anyone hasn't seen it. I mean,
he was very smart in covering his tracks, and he was pretty cool. As for my outside of anime villain, that one's a little bit harder because, like, yeah, there are the villains that, like, kill half the solar system and things like that, like a real villains.
Yeah.
But, like, then there are the villains that, like, mess with people's heads. And so in that regard, rather than like a big baddie like villain that heroes can defeat, a villain that's really, you can't defeat him because he's really messed up himself. I don't know how to describe it, but I'm trying to describe Hannibal Lecter.
Yes. I knew you were going there.
Ooh, Annie, like, that was good.
A serial killer, but like is an artist, and I'm drawing from the TV show more than the movie. But I tried to watch the TV show, and it was too like horror for me. I was so scared. But I just remember the few episodes that I did see, I was like, man, he's like so manipulative because he's a psychiatrist and a serial killer.
Oh my god.
Like, oh god. So that really scared me. So
we should really do like a podcast or on like hero or villain where it's like them in between characters that really like Dexter,
like Loki,
trying to be considered like what
like, well, and so many villains are like very like justified in what they're trying to do. Like in their head, it's like yes, obviously. I mean, like Thanos, he's like, this is the solution. Like, and so that's very. I love studying villains.
Make the world better in that sense. Like the animals were coming back. There was no pollution. Like, I mean, he did his job. Thanos. No, I will not say that. He's still a bad person.
Yeah,
so then the second half of the question was whose villain would win?
I feel like it has to be Thanos.
Well,
like,
yeah.
And no way, because I forgot to pull in, so I didn't give an anime villain reference, but
no, you didn't.
I think Lucy would beat Thanos. For sure. You don't know Lucy, she's from Elfin Lied with Jack. If you haven't seen that, it's a horror-based one, really good.
It sounds familiar. As soon as you said Lucy, my brain
it's like these girls that are kept in this asylum place because they have vectors that are invisible that stretch out from their back so they can kill people from like meters away, and there's like they have multiple hands, so they don't have to touch anything. And I feel like that would definitely be Thanos.
Or maybe Light, because if he wasn't in the half of the population that got snapped, he could just write Thanos's name down.
That's true. I guess Light would win. You just need your name.
Vote in the comments who would win, Thanos or Light.
Yeah.
and
I guess
why?
it depends who can snap first and who can write first.
That's true, because Thanos could do the finger snap before Light could write it down.
He can make him disappear just thinking about it.
I think they would honestly underestimate each other, and that's like the fun part about it, because Light's so super smart and Thanos really wasn't dumb. So I think it's a matter of the brains when it comes to them, of who would get who first. Because I mean, Thanos could bend reality, the book could melt, like who knows, or Light could once again, I know who you are. Da, da, da. He's dead. It's who's gonna get who's first. Ooh.
Yeah,
True.
That'd be a fight I would watch though.
Honestly though.
Let's see. Oh, okay. So this one we can half answer, or at least I can kind of field it. Let's see, who was this? Aniki Reviews Anime wants to know how we met and why we started a reaction channel, which we will tell you eventually, but we are currently under contract that we can't talk about that yet. But very soon we will reveal like why we are doing this and how we met. I will say though that none of us knew each other before this started, funnily enough, but that's all you're gonna get for now. But we'll tell you eventually. Let's see. Someone wants to know, this is a triple question. Who are our favorite JoJo characters? What would we like to have accomplished 4 years from now? And who edits our videos?
Stop trying to make me panic, bro.
No, I'm like, I feel like I'm in high school again.
Yeah. Okay, favorite Caesar. Bring back the love of my life, Caesar. Favorite JoJo. 4 years, I would like a best-selling novel on the New York bestseller list. Y'all can help me out with that. And what was the last one? What was
who edits our videos?
I don't know if he wants to be voiced, so I'm all about consent.
And we will shout him out when we know we are legally able to shout him out.
And he has
honestly, he's pretty great. I consider him like the dad of WaifuWatch. He's a pretty normal guy.
Probably some blackmailing shit that he can.
We're always like, cut that out, huh? Cut that out.
Yeah. That doesn't have anything.
I'm with it though.
Who's next?
What was the question?
Favorite JoJo character and where do you want to be 4 years from now?
I don't have a favorite JoJo character. I can't decide. There was not one character that really stood out to me that I was like, damn, that's a good character. Actually, Dio, sorry, okay. I really like Dio. So that would be my favorite JoJo character. Also, I refuse to answer the where will I see myself 4 years from now, because the world is an absolute mess right now. I can't even see where the world is a year from now, let alone myself. So that is not a legible question that I can answer at the moment.
Valid.
Yeah.
My favorite character is Caesar.
Nerd.
Love him. He's just so fun. And then 4 years from now, I would like to have a show that I created, like on Netflix or Hulu or HBO or something. So
look at you, Shelby.
Yeah.
Aspirations. Oh.
Now I feel bad.
My favorite JoJo character would have to be Wamu. because he was such like a good guy. He was such a good guy.
Yeah.
He was so honorable. That was the word I was looking for. And where do I see myself in 4 years? I have no idea. Really, I would like to be working in a theater, making costumes again. But with the coronavirus, I'm not sure if entertainment businesses will ever come back. Hopefully they will, with some sort of regulations, new seating regulations, something like that. But going back into costuming is something that is a dream. Also, I would like to go to Kyoto eventually. So that would be nice within 4 years.
American passports are supposed to be invalid for at least 5 years at this point right now, FYI.
What?
Don't speak
All American
that into
well,
existence.
Sorry, I read an article about it, and right now American passports are not eligible because no one's allowing Americans to go anywhere, and they're assuming the timeline for Corona before things calm down is about a 5-year thing. They said so, like for about 5 years, American passports will be useless.
Yeah.
Well, I want to.
Wow, thanks, Debbie Downer.
I want to also, since we're doing requests, 4 years, I want to be married to a nice, rich husband. I don't care.
Okay, but same, like.
Yeah, I want to be married, you weirdo.
I am a very domestic.
Look,
woman.
you youngin' don't know what you're
Whoa,
talking about.
What are you talking about?
It would be nice if I was married.
Hunter, cut that out. I don't want anybody knowing my age.
Motto is immortal, but marriage, nonetheless, yes.
Favorite JoJo character? Probably Cars, because he had great hair and he was handsome. And I'm shallow. No, but he was a good villain too. Like, villains are interesting to me. So yeah, I really liked him. And I like JoJo. Like, he's a sweetheart and he's a goofball. And I like how he would be like, and next you're gonna say, like, that was just a really funny character trait. 4 years from now, I will semi-defer to the age-old adage of fools, or plans are fool's errand, because trying to plan anything in my life and then something gets thrown at it that makes it turn into a hard left turn. But ideally, I would like to at least feel like I have a little more stability. Of course, like Corona is like uprooting that completely. I would also like to go back to Japan, like Annie, because I've gone, like, let's see, when did I first go? I was 22. 23. And then I went last year when I was 25. And so I'm going on this kind of like every other thing. And so I'm hoping next year I can go if life, well, I mean, I can't pay for you to go, but if we can all go, then yes, let's all go. I just want an invitation. Yes, of course. Our goal is still to be sponsored to go to Japan at some point. Like that's the dream.
That's the dream.
But yeah, also married, because I want to be married before I'm 30. Like, I don't want to turn 30 and be
don't
unmarried.
look like that, Danny. You're a bitch.
Hey.
Well, thank you for saying
Daniel's
don't let
frozen
society
in
tell
really
you need to be married by 30. You don't need to be married by.
Oh no, that's a personal thing that's
Okay.
been deep seated by years of being told you need to be married before you're 30. But like,
Exactly. Don't let them tell you need to.
It's stupid, but it's just, and because I was telling my brother that, because my brother's 3 years older than me, and he got married like half a year ago or so.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'd like to be married before I'm 30, and he's like, like that's not a big deal. And I'm like, okay, well, you were 29 when you got married, and also it's different for girls. And he's like, oh yeah, I guess it is. And I'm like, thank you for being zero help at all. but yeah, just like more, just because I'm very like, I've never known like what direction I want to go in life, because there's so many things I really enjoy doing. And so like trying to narrow that down into like a 9 to 5 or whatever, of like you're doing the same thing over and over again, like sounds like a death sentence to me. And so finding something that like I enjoy doing and can make money off of that is hopefully where I'll be. And that's all that I will project into the universe, because I don't want to be like, oh, I want to be here, and then 4 years later be like, oh my gosh, I'm not there. But so I like same thing with like my New Year's resolutions. I'm very vague. Like, I would like to be like, be happier, like whatever that means, you know. So let's see, we can do a couple more questions, then we can wrap it up. Lux wants to know, what are our hobbies or interests that we do outside of the channel?
So, all right, I'll go again. Hi. Well, I write horror. Once again, you can check me out, Amazon, Instagram, all that. You'll see all that advertised there. So I write horror. I do short stories. I own a small business where I make holistic jewelry. All these are hobbies of mine. I like to draw, sketch, paint. I'm like a grandma. I knit, I crochet.
You crochet?
I am a 65-year-old woman.
Can you teach me how to knit? Because I have tried to learn forever and I can't.
So one pearl too. We gonna make hats.
Could I crochet? Could I commission you if I paid you? Could I commission you to make like slippers, like crocheted slippers? Is that a thing you have the skill to make?
We can work something out. Yes, we can. And I'll do it for free, because it's like, ooh, I told you. My sister calls me a house witch. She says I forces people to come over and to do DIY projects, and I feed them and I fuss at them.
Feed the children to eat them, you weirdo.
And I don't eat the babies. I make them clean my house, but it's okay. But I make everything from scratch. So cooking, I'm a foodie. I like international food. So El Salvadorian food, Mexican food. I love it all. But yeah, I'm an 85-year-old woman. Who's next?
I'll go. I like to also, like Jack, I make jewelry. I make kawaii perler, like candy jewelry, and I also make like normal, really elegant jewelry. I like to go to raves. I like to explore my multiple facets of fashion, amongst other things, and I'll say on camera. I also like to longboard. I like to play with my friend's dog. Hanging out with my family a lot is a big thing for me recently, because with everything closed, I've just been trying to ground myself more. I like to paint. I like adventuring. I love nature walks. I love bringing my little eyeglass, and like I'll bring my little hat and stuff and a picnic basket, and I'll just go like wander and like adventure. I like to write poetry. I like to read. I like to dance. I know. I like a lot of stuff. I like thrift shopping. I like advancing my aesthetic. My aesthetic is always consistently growing.
We love that.
Anybody else?
Shelby?
I'm a very, very big writer. I write screenplays. I'm working on an idea for a television show. I write poetry a lot as well. I do. Yes, Mana. And then I also write plays, because I was a theater major in high school, and I'm actually part of this really cool thing called the Digital Dramatists that one of my friends, Kelsey, came up with. And it's basically, we do like Zoom workshops, showcases over Zoom, and have like plays play out over that, and people can like watch them. And it's like virtual, so it's like a thing to do during COVID that theater people can still do and everything. So that's another thing that's occupying my time right now. But I watch movies a lot, a big movie buff. So a lot of my time is spent watching movies. Trying to think. I like doing anything like outdoors. Like I went kayaking for the first time. That was super fun. I'd love to go again. I like hiking, just anything like that, hanging out. drinking, playing cornhole, just having fun with friends and everything. So I just like to have fun. And I'm up for anything. I'm spontaneous, so I just do what other people want to do, basically.
Annie?
I like sewing. I like singing, even though I'm not very good at it.
Oh,
I like doing it anyway.
You are very good.
I used to take singing lessons when I was younger, but then my voice changed and I went from like an alto to a soprano, and like,
oof, lucky is the opposite for me. I straight to an alto.
It totally wrecked my voice. So like whenever I try and sing, like I run out of breath and my voice cracks. Whatever. I like doing it anyway. Let's see. I like playing Dungeons and Dragons on the weekend.
Can we do a WaifuWatch D&D
Guys,
session?
you gotta.
I will DM a WaifuWatch Dungeons and Dragons game.
Oh man,
Also,
we gotta pitch that because
let's learn how to play Magic the Gathering as well.
Heck yeah.
I have a deck and I need to put it to use.
I like cooking. I'm not very good at baking. My cookies always melt. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing wrong, but so I put them into like little cookie dough balls, and then they just turn into a sheet of cookie dough.
That usually
as liquids.
That usually means like too much butter.
I don't know. I've tried using like no butter and replacing it with apples. Anyways, that's my experimental baking phase where, like I was like, I'm going to try and do gluten-free and dairy-free and replace everything with applesauce.
No, it's true. I made a cake when I didn't have access to eggs because it was when I lived in a dorm freshman year and I didn't have a car. And our dorms didn't sell eggs, so we had to substitute eggs for applesauce. And like it tasted a little bit like applesauce, but otherwise it was good.
Right?
It's like
eggs.
Eggs
Can't make it work.
Bananas are a really good substitute. I had had these amazing little cake things, and it was just replaced with bananas, but it was amazing and soft and beautiful, and it was better than a normal thing.
Well, because like bananas, like when you like mush them up, and same with applesauce, like it has a similar consistency as when you like beat an egg. And so it's mainly about like finding something that kind of mimics that texture, which is why you can use like, like sour cream and different stuff like to substitute, or even like people have used like mayonnaise and stuff, and like you don't taste it. It just makes it like richer. But I don't know about applesauce for butter. I think that's a...
Well, I'm always like, oh, it's the same color, or oh, it's the same consistency, or oh, it's kind of spelled the same.
Oh my god.
So, and I know baking is a science, but like, I like cooking a lot more. It's a lot more like you can just throw whatever you want in there, and it's probably gonna turn out. But yeah, that's the things I like to do.
So that leaves me. Oh gosh, I'm so boring. Like that's what like, okay, so do you remember like when you're in like high school or college and they'd be like, let's go around the room and say something, and I would just be like, but like and I literally said that in class one time. I was like, hi, my name is Danielle. I'm from St. Louis and I'm very boring. And they were like, no, say something. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't want to know any of you people. Like, I'm just here because I have to be like, but like I like to work out. I do CrossFit and yoga are like my two big ones. I rollerblade all the time, which is like one of my favorite things to do. And people look at me like I'm straight out of the 80s, and I love it. It's very funny because it's like I have a trail right by my house, and so I'll go and like rollerblade on that. And walkers look at me like, oh, I didn't know people still did that. and bikers look at me like they want to punch me in the head because bikers are the worst subset of people on the planet, and I will stand by that. Like they'll pass me and they'll like yell stuff at me.
They're supposed to.
No, not on your left. They won't say on your left. And that also bothers me. If you're a biker, please say on your left when you're passing someone. But anyway, no, they'll be like one guy yelled at me and he's like, "Oh, I bet you wish you were going as fast as I was." And I'm like, "No, not so really, sir." Like, I'm like what? It's terrible. I hate bikers. But anyway. And then babies and children look at me like I'm a wizard. And dogs also look at me like I'm a magician. Because I'm like, yes, I'm on 2 feet, but moving faster than you are. And like, it's very funny. So yeah, I'm big into like fitness, and I will try any workout routine you throw at me because I'm very competitive. Video games, love video games. Big Nintendo person. I bake a lot. I'm kind of the opposite. I don't like cooking, but I love baking. And so I will bake all kinds of treats. And so during quarantine, I was one of those crazy people in my kitchen every day, pulling out cookies and loaves of bread and trying to find yeast like all the other people because it was in high demand. Gosh, what else do I do? Anything? I feel like that's all I do. Read, write. I was an English major, like I said. So anything with books and learning. Graphic design is like a hobby of mine as well, but yeah, I'm not an exciting person, so don't ask me questions about myself. I'd much rather be an enigma. But yeah, I think was that enough questions? I think we're good. We didn't get to everyone's questions. I apologize, but keep asking questions because we're gonna keep doing this periodically throughout the podcast, and we'll try to get to everybody. So give us a really good question and we'll answer it. And Mana, would you like to introduce next week's topic since you're hosting?
Yes, hold on, I gotta pull it up. Well, I already know it by my head. So next week's episode, we're going to be doing Isn't That Weird? So we're going to be relating to like very weird, maybe cringe, like moments in anime that it's like you can relate to, you can't relate to, how you felt about it. We're going to be diving into the dark unknowns of the anime culture to pull out the things that we all wish didn't exist. So yeah.
So yeah, look forward to that next week. And otherwise, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, do the things. We're monetized now. Yay! So we can make more money. Thank you for your support.
You probably watched like 2 or 3 or 4 episodes already. I know you're procrastinating clicking the subscribe button, so you might as well just do it now.
Yeah, we can see how many of you watch us and how many subscribe. And so we're coming after you, Jason. I see you.
Jason's going through a rough time. Back off.
All I gotta say is
he just doesn't want to come in.
Hijack. Hey.
Yeah, there is someone.
Yeah.
We do. Oh yeah, we do read the comments, but yeah, and to the like 3 people who defend my honor anytime anyone asks if we're watching part 3 of JoJo and say they will as soon as they can get back together. You are a saint. And I love you and thank you for doing my job for me so that I don't have a stroke.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, and we will be popping in the comments more because we weren't sure if we could like do that from like our bosses. Like we didn't want to just like start jumping in there, but yeah, we'll be in there more. So
be careful what you say because now we can clap back.
We will find you. But yeah, so other than that, we will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.